The number 100, it's the benchmark for totality and completeness. 100, 100%, 100 out of 100. Well, we've done it. We're at 100 episodes of Cheeky Tales, and we have done a lot of boats, we've done a lot of wars, and we've done some pretty funny stuff in between. So for this episode of Cheeky Tales, we're going to go back. We're going to have a look at some updates. We're going to talk about maybe some things that we didn't cover, some extra information. So strap in and get ready for a great episode for episode 100.
Woo! Well done, boys.
100.
He's a few off 100.
Okay.
That's true.
Happy 60 odd episodes to Sean.
I don't even think it's that much.
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
I was going back through. Episode 1 that Sean appeared on was Lake City Quiet Pills.
Yep.
We don't count that one.
Why?
That was a guest episode. Let's not include Ned Kelly.
Ned Kelly was your episode.
I know, but I was just like it wasn't like I wasn't producer Sean then. So
Yeah.
Lake City Quiet Pills doesn't count. The other one we did that
Basic
day, which was
bitch
Bill
Sean.
Millen. No Ned Kelly, no Bill Millen, no Lake City Quiet Pills.
If we're saying that, then we're not counting Adam at all, who also did an episode.
Adam was a guest host.
Did he do an episode?
Yes.
He did
Yes,
an episode.
He did.
He did.
This is
Timothy
the third
Dexter or
time
whatever.
we've talked
He
about
did
this.
Idiot
Recently
Savant.
too.
Yes.
Yeah. Timothy Dexter?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, the
that
Idiot
was a
Savant.
fun episode.
Mm.
Yeah.
I haven't actually written that one down. You probably haven't written that one down, but we're mentioning it now.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I've got a list of all the episodes I've done.
Same here. Sean, is there any update on any of your episodes?
Everybody from my episodes passed away at least 15 years ago.
Yep.
So, no.
Yeah, there's gonna be a few episodes like that.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing much has changed. So, just spoiler alert. I'm gonna do this. We still don't know who the Somerton Man is, so don't even ask.
Ooh, baby.
Nah. It's all conjecture still. We still don't know the answer for the Somerton Man, so don't email us. Don't at me on Instagram. Not that anyone ever does. Thanks.
One thing I really
All
enjoyed.
right, I'll close that window down.
One thing I really enjoyed doing this was that there's quite a lot of updates, like new news articles that are like, "Whoa, here's this new information."
And it's nothing.
It's stuff that like we
Yeah.
talked about 2 years ago in our episodes, and they're presenting it now. Like in Roanoke, you know how there was that map with the star on it, and they were like, "Oh, the star's covered up." Yeah, people were talking about that like a week ago, like it was new information.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. You say that though, but I have done one episode. We'll get to it. Just let me have it's about 500 words I've written for one
Wow,
update on one
that's
episode.
like an eighth of a normal episode.
Yeah, I know. It took up a fair bit of my time last night. Anyway, well, let's get started. Episode 1
yeah,
is Aaron's Balloon Fest.
yeah. It was. Well, I mean, Sean. Before we get into the episode, Sean said that he was going to do a competing intro.
I was
Okay.
going to do an ad-libbed competing
All
intro.
right.
You can't have this as part of it. Like
No,
now you-
here's what we do. I'm going to mention it now, and then we're going to hard cut. And
Hard cut.
Depending on which intro you saw in this episode, that will determine what happened just now.
Fair enough.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hard cut. And we're back from the hard cut,
And we're back from the hard cut.
Mhm.
and you know which one we went with.
Yeah. So if you know which one you went with, congratulations, I won.
Yeah, I'm not pissy at all.
I mean, they're both going to be in it. You know what Aaron's going to be like.
And cut. And now we do Aaron won. And now we're back. And now we're back.
What did we do that for? Oh, that was the Brisbane Lions, Brisbane Broncos grand
Yes,
final
for the grand
weekend.
final one.
Yeah.
So we're back. We're back from the hard cut. And
We're back.
yeah, and mine wasn't
I also-
as good.
I also
Mine
hate
wasn't
that
as
you're
good.
referencing that when we just lost to Penrith yesterday in a similar fashion
Yes.
to the final. There was a try that was exactly the same as from
Yeah.
that grand final.
Broncos are not good
No.
this year. They're like hot and cold.
Well, they beat the number 1 team last
They're not
week.
good enough.
Smashed them.
Couldn't beat the last place team.
They're good. They're
Also,
not good enough.
3-time
Yeah.
defending champions.
4-time,
4-time, yeah.
Not in a row.
isn't it?
No, they only won 3 in a row.
I thought they won 4 in a row.
I'm pretty sure they won. In my head, it was 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won 4 because they beat.
They won 1, lost to the
beat
Storm,
Melbourne
then
last
won
year.
3 in a row.
I'm pretty sure they've won 4 in a row because they beat Melbourne last year.
Maybe I'm just in denial.
Broncos before
21, 22, 23, and 24. 4 in a row.
There you go.
Still last
Which,
place.
like, as much as we hate that team, that is impressive.
That's an impressive
Very
achievement.
impressive.
yeah,
Haven't
Someone's done doing the dodgy in the salary cap for sure.
Hawthorn couldn't even do that.
yeah.
Brisbane
Did the
Lions,
Lions
couldn't even
do
do
3?
that. They did 3. They couldn't
Yeah.
do 4.
Lost in the 4th.
Yep. So did Hawthorn. Lost in the 4th to Buddy Franklin and the Swans.
Hawthorn.
Mm-hmm.
You know that would have been on a shirt if they'd a shirt.
You know what the AFL are like with shirts.
Mm.
All right.
Episode 1, Balloon Fest.
Are we actually going to go through one by one each episode?
Yeah,
It's
well,
gonna be a
Honestly,
long day.
no. We're going to skip all the ones that had no update.
Cool.
I want to mention favorite episodes. Or have a
Oh
quick
yeah,
talk.
we're not going to mention the garbage ones
Okay.
that nobody thinks about. Like there was some that I saw that I was like, oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
Should
I
we
had
do
a few
favorite
of those.
episodes at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Balloon Fest started it all. We recorded that one in my office at my old house, and boy, does it sound terrible. Don't go back
That
and listen
sounds
to
so
it.
bad.
It is a great episode, but it sounds awful.
I listened to it on the way to the Thuringower Reading cinemas for all you Townsvillians
Wow.
in the
shout
listener
out.
list. Yeah, shout out to Townsville. I listened to it in the car with Rachel on the way to the cinemas. I don't remember what I saw at all, but I do remember like sitting in the car park for the cinema waiting to finish the episode before we went inside.
Rachel said to me, "It's like having our friends with us."
That's correct. That's exactly what
I was
Rachel said.
That's lovely and very sad.
Yes.
Yeah, no update on that one.
Well, I have to mention my first episode, which started the entire boat and World War II thing, which was the Battle of Midway,
Yes.
the granddaddy of
Little
ships
did
and
we know.
wars.
Boats.
Little did we know that 50% of episodes would follow that theme.
I mean, there's no update on that one either.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be.
No.
Battle of the Services, that was my probably weakest episode. And it was number 2 for me. Roger Federer retired in 2022. Rafael Nadal in 24. So they're both done.
I've had no episodes for the Hatton Garden heist, the old
Yeah.
men.
We brought it up. We brought it up in this year's quiz show medley of madness.
We did.
Yes.
We did bring it up.
And neither of us could remember the
No.
answers.
It was a tough question though.
Probably, reckon that was probably our first breakout episode.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was a very engaging episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then had the twist at the end with the old men.
Yes. Twists are few and far between in some of these episodes.
Yeah, most of the time you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Episode 6 and 7 was the Titanic, and the Titanic increased its KD in 2023.
May get mentioned later as well.
Yeah, that was the Titan submersible.
Yep.
Increased the death count of the Titanic.
No update for Roswell. That's well, they had. I tried looking at it last night. Didn't they have like released the bodies of the aliens a couple of
They
years ago?
released documents
Yeah,
that,
nothing concrete.
nothing concrete.
No.
Sorry, Tom. I love you. I'm with you. You were right. Tom was right, but still there's nothing.
Where are you?
Yeah, nothing super concrete.
Mm.
Shout out to the Stars Apparel and Media. Love
Yep.
you guys.
Tom DeLong.
Tom DeLong, folks. Bring
Sing
back
like-
Macbeth's shoes. They were good.
Actually, yes.
Yeah,
They were.
please bring back the Macbeth Elliot specifically in white and black. Thank you.
1904 Olympics.
My
Oh, good episode.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my early favorite episodes. Just to
That was episode 9.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're jumping my gun of say favorites at the end, but 1904 is my favorite episode, and it's the one I tell people to listen to.
yeah.
And
the
it
first
didn't
one.
sound like.
No, well, see,
No.
this is what I think we should do. We should just
Say it as
mention
we
it
go.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
like just because of the things that kept on happening. It was one of those. That's kind of peek behind the curtain, see how the sausage is made type of thing. It's kind of what we aim for in our stories. Is something that we can just hit you guys with, hit our every man on the episode with, or something like terrible happening or weird happening or strange happening, and then followed up with something worse. And you're just like, hang on a minute, how can this get worse or better?
Yeah. And it just kept getting worse.
And the 1904 Olympics was the first one that really hit that type of thing. Like we had the one twist with Hatton Garden, but the 1904 was hit after hit after hit.
And it had another rehash because it's obviously associated with the Louisiana Purchase Exposition, which got brought up in the Dr. Pepper episode.
that was the beginnings of the Chicaverse.
Very good.
Mhm.
Well, actually, it was midway because that shows up in every other episode. But
And then I believe it was the first of the Spooky Spectaculars.
was it? What was that one?
That was
Oh,
a
was
bit
that
of
the gross movie?
the combination there where they used the real
Oh.
They
skeletons.
used the real skeletons.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awful.
that was a gross one.
And the Annabelle doll, I think, was covered in that.
Yeah,
as well.
the Annabelle doll.
Annabelle. I don't want
Creepy
to say
doll.
a real,
Creepy
I want
doll.
to say a real name. She
Creepy
will show
doll.
up.
The next one was Lake City Quiet Pills. We got Slappy. He showed up for the first time.
That's correct.
Slappy wasn't invented then.
No, the slap dog wasn't a thing back
No.
then. No, it's just Sean. Just Sean.
Just Sean.
Yeah.
Go back and edit the description of the episode.
Yeah, that's before video Cheeky Tales.
So then I think
True.
after that one, was that?
Our first video episode.
Ooh,
Oh.
I'm not sure. I didn't write that down.
Oh.
It was one of mine, I think.
That might be a YouTube.
Yeah, hang
Gotta
on.
go see.
Yeah.
But after that one, didn't Sean do an episode after that?
No.
I did Piper Bill Millen.
Yes, he did. He
At the
did
same
Bad
time.
Piper, because that was the one we had the first comment of you and I would just be an absolute tools to Sean, and they loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure,
we were
sure.
Trying to
menaces.
get on with a really good story.
Sean's just trying to tell his story, and we're just being absolute menaces.
Just couldn't stop.
All
So
right.
Bill Millen was 12?
Surely not 12.
Bill Millen.
Yeah, my episode.
Or did you do episode 12?
I don't have the numbers next to him. I've just got the list of.
This is really like a clip show.
Well, it is.
It is a clip show.
We're
Yeah.
celebrating our podcast on our podcast.
And it's our second clip show. Because didn't we have one that I released that was just all the little bits?
Yeah, that was like an in-between week.
Hmm.
That was mine.
All right. Might be Eiffel Tower.
What?
No, it can't be. Aussie. The YouTube is not necessarily putting them in the right order so I can see which video came first. Because there's the audio versions of all these podcasts. But that was,
Yeah.
we definitely filmed.
The first one was John and I's face either side of the old logo.
Yeah, I know, but that can't be correct because that's the Eiffel Tower episode.
Yeah,
That's
that was,
episode 64.
yeah, that would have been the first Eiffel Tower episode.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was John's episode.
Victor Lustig, yeah.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But like, I'm scrolling back and I can see Dyatlov, like we've got the audio versions of the pod. Maybe that is the first video
yeah,
one.
the first video would have been, Victor
And then
Lustig.
the audio ones are
There you
sitting behind the video ones.
Yeah.
Because you uploaded them all at once.
Yeah.
But there's newer versions. Like,
Nah, first one was
maybe
Victor
I don't
Lustig.
remember that episode being that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I remember filming that and we didn't film it.
Yeah. Anyway, it was after
Victor
Lake
Lustig.
City,
Mm.
Bright Bills was the Mad Piper of D-Day.
Yep.
Where
And
we were
I did-
menaces. And
I
then-
did Hunt vs. Louder after that. No update.
Correct. And then I did Santa Claus.
Oh, actually, did Nicky Lauder die before that episode?
Well, let's.
Yeah, I think Nicky Lauder's dead. Well, I mean, he is dead, but he might have died after that episode.
Well, that would have been in 2021,
yeah.
He passed away in 2019.
2019, so it was
Oh,
before
okay.
the episode. What about James Hunt?
I mean, do we want to start fast forwarding to the episodes that actually had updates rather than just
Yes.
naming every episode?
Yeah, we're already 15 in.
Let's do it. Oh, we had Santa Claus. Santa Claus got an update. He's come.
Santa Claus proven to be real.
He's visited 3 times since the last time since we spoke about him.
I saw him at Carindale, so I know he's real.
Yeah,
Nah,
nice.
not on board with Big Christmas. Doesn't do it for me.
Well, Santa Claus was the
Goddamn
last.
Coca-Cola Christmas.
Well,
Sean's
Santa-
more of a Hanukkah guy.
I think Santa Claus was the last episode of 2021.
Must have been.
Yeah, we didn't always do like an
Huh.
actual New Year's episode.
Yeah. Well, there was an absolute banger in the middle there. There was Dan Sickles and Race to the South Pole.
Yeah, that was Dan Sickles was another great episode.
Another great episode.
Yep.
So it was Race to the South Pole.
We had Haley's Comet.
Who's
At least.
Comet?
Haley's Comet.
Yep.
No update for that.
That was
'cause
the
that's-
episode that made you want to produce,
That
wasn't
made
it?
me. Oh, that was one of them. There was that one. There was a moment where you idiots talked about Caesar salad, and I was in my
That may have been on purpose.
bathroom. I just remember being in my bathroom, like absolutely raging so angrily, like idiots! It's from Tijuana, like just yelling, like. And Rachel's like, "What the hell are you yelling about?" I'm like, "These morons didn't look up. They're talking about the debts. They got their script device in front of them. Weren't doing paper scripts. Like you could have looked it up." Made me furious.
Oh, yeah,
See-
we used to print out our scripts. Yeah, I
yes,
forgot
in the
about that.
early, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, glad that we pissed you off enough to get you on the episodes.
Yeah, and then Halley's Comet was a big one because it was a whole episode of saying
Yeah, well, there's no episode for that one because it's still 30 odd years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No updates. It's
no
out there.
updates. It's still
It's coming back.
coming
it's
back.
closer than when we had the episode.
Yeah,
That's true.
We'll have 10 more Star Wars films by then, probably.
I hope so.
Somewhere in these episodes is when you started being clumsy too. Where you had like,
It was early ones.
No, it was
yeah.
earlier.
yeah.
That was still at Baval.
yeah, the
Yeah.
2 episodes where you knocked in a row where you knocked over your drink.
Yes.
Haven't done it since.
Yeah, good.
It's been 3 years.
Because you've been banned.
I'm 3 years of
3 years sober.
3 years
clumsy,
of klutz
clumsy
free.
sober.
So the next episode that I had an update on was
well, we had the Adams episode, which was the Timothy Dexter.
yes, great episode. He was another one of those like, what is this guy up to?
Yeah.
Like he just keeps doing the worst thing possible. The next one I had is our most popular episode numbers wise, which is the 96 Everest disaster.
Nice.
2023 was the deadliest season on the mountain ever.
Oh, okay.
Most deaths, but also the most climbs. So
Yeah, okay.
not actually the most deadly. It was only
No.
like,
So
what was it?
ratio wise, not so, but just
Yeah, it was only 2.76%, which is
aggregate
the
wise.
second lowest death rate.
Yeah.
Update on that episode. I know someone that's seen green boots.
Yeah. You know green boots?
I've had
Yes.
someone
Yeah.
come in the barbershop that has scaled Mount Everest, and it was he did it. He was on the expedition where someone took that photo, and there was just dozens and dozens
Yeah.
and dozens of people
Yep.
lined up waiting to summit, like
That
all
was
in this big long
22,
queue.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was earlier than
21
that.
maybe.
Whatever it was.
315. I don't know.
He summited that. That was that day.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of time standing around
Yeah.
and
nice.
saw quite a lot of the bodies, the famous bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, also, no, that's not really Everest disaster, but obviously they've found a boot.
Yes.
They found a boot. They found the boot from one of the people that was supposed to have climbed it much earlier than Sir Edmund Hillary and
That's
Tenzing
right.
Norgay.
Like 20 years earlier or something.
Yeah, it was much,
Yeah.
much earlier. They found, because they disappeared, but they had, if they can find their bodies, they had cameras with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they will have photos as to whether they actually summited.
Summited or
So
not,
finding the boot is a good start.
Yeah, it means they're like in the vicinity of where his body is.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had a couple here that I actually sent Aaron a screenshot last night where I was doing a little bit when I was like surviving a fall without a parachute. I said there's no changes to the leaderboard there.
Mm-hmm.
Henry VIII's wives, they're still all dead.
Still all dead.
Dolphin House, it hasn't been
Don't talk
restarted.
about Dolphin House.
Nor
We
have
don't talk about-
dolphins.
we don't talk
Is-
about Dolphin House.
Is that the first
That's the worst.
itchy episode?
Yeah,
That's the worst episode.
it's the icky. It's interesting. It's just very icky. But yeah,
the
dolphins haven't talked either, so there's no update there.
It's
I
the
do
worst
have an
episode.
update for Robert Smalls.
Okay.
The Congress, they are erecting a statue of him in South Carolina.
In South Carolina,
Yes.
really? Okay.
That's good.
It's in an area, apparently it's meant to be looking at like something that was oppressive as well. But yeah,
Right.
he's getting a statue. This
Good
is
for
the
him.
first black man in South Carolina to have a statue.
That's why I was like, South Carolina, really? Yeah.
Yep.
Because they still fly that Confederate flag pretty
Yep.
high.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's been approved and planning's happening. It hasn't been erected yet, so it's in the process.
Well, episode 25, St. Olga.
Good episode.
That was
too.
the episode where you're like, oh, what did they set the birds on fire? And then they were
yeah.
literally
Yep.
setting birds on fire
Yep,
and sending
that
them
was
over.
Nostradamus,
Yeah.
John. That episode.
Nostradamus. I can see the future.
Uh,
My next update one was episode 29, Amelia Earhart.
There's been an update for that.
Yeah, in January of 2024, a company called Deep Sea Vision released a image from their mapping that they thought showed the plane. It turns out it was just rocks.
Huh.
There was a rock formation that was in the shape of a plane,
Pretty
and
coincidental.
yeah, so they have not found her. And old mate Frank, that was also on the plane.
Mhm.
It was Frank, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, no updates there.
Well, before that was Wizard of Oz, and nothing's really happened there. Oh, there is a Wizard of Oz section in Movie World on the Gold Coast.
There
if you want to
is.
go? So,
Mm.
Yes.
Isn't Wicked from that?
yes.
Technically, yes.
It's a-
Wicked stems from the
Yeah,
prequel.
the lore of Wizard of Oz. So, yes, the Wicked TV movie, the live action movie production of the stage musical based on the live action movie of the Wizard of Oz
Yes.
has come and gone.
It's a prequel.
Thank you, Ariana.
I seen it many years ago as a stage production, so I haven't seen the movie, but the stage production was very good.
It's very popular.
Yeah.
Not my kind of musical. It's very popular
Yeah.
though.
The movie's supposed to be good.
Yeah, I haven't
People
seen
that
it.
like Wicked love the movie.
Mhm.
If you like Wicked, if you like the songs, if you like that style of musical, you're gonna have a great time. It's good.
Yeah.
Watch it.
But yeah, you can walk into Dorothy's house at Movie World.
Is it all black and white?
It's in color.
That would be really fun.
In between
You know
there,
how they did that? Like the transition from black and white to color?
Yeah, you explain it on the episode.
No, they painted the entire building sepia tone.
Oh, really?
And so, like, what they're filming is
Yeah.
in color, and then when she steps out, that's
yeah.
where everything's colored. So
It's-
they
it's-
filmed it in color the whole time.
It's a very cool transition.
Yeah. That's so cool.
In between there, we had Sean's episode, Ned Kelly, when I had the pox. Update,
Correct.
I haven't had the
It
pox
is.
again.
Oh, yeah. That's why you weren't there. I saw in the episode notes that you were sick, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Nedlius Kelly. Yep.
Nedliest
I did,
catch.
because I started listening to the next episode, which was the time travel tales.
Yes.
And you mentioned, do you want to mention you had chicken pox? I'm like, yeah, well, that's what I had. So this is the one that I have quite a large update for the
Yep.
time travel.
Okay. We're
Sean,
recording this episode in 2069. Nice.
can you please bring up from, because this episode was it released on August 29th, 2020, August 15th, 2022.
Do you want the episode up?
Nope. Can you bring up 2023, 2024 Academy Awards, please?
Oh, God.
Because I don't know if you remember, we played a game in that episode, which
Did
was has Aaron seen it?
Oh, have I seen movies?
The movies, and I went
Yep.
through a list of time traveling movies.
Yep.
So I want to bring up some Academy Awards, some like they award winner movies, and we'll have a quick game of has Aaron seen it?
All right. So for 2024 Academy Awards for the 2023 and 2024 movies.
Yes.
Yes, Roger. So no surprises what best film is.
Is that Parasite?
All right, cool. Let's get into it. I've got let's see.
I have not seen Parasite. Starting strong.
Highlighted in boldface, indicated. Winners are listed first, highlighted in boldface and indicated with a double dagger. Thank you, Wikipedia, with best. Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to read them out?
Yeah, just go through it. And then the Aaron can tell us if he's seen it or not.
Oh, okay. Nominations for Best Picture. We have American Fiction, Ben
Nope.
Leclerc, Nikos Karamiogos,
Nope.
Anatomy of a Fall,
Nope.
Barbie,
Yep.
The Handovers,
Nope.
Killers-
Wait, the handovers.
the Holdovers,
Maybe?
Killers of the Flower Moon,
Nah.
Maestro,
Nope.
Past Lives,
Nope.
Poor Things,
Nope.
The Zone of Interest,
Nope.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. We knew Oppenheimer was going to be
That's
in
why I
there.
did it last.
Yeah.
Sean and I sat and watched Oppenheimer together.
Uh-huh.
I have never been so uncomfortable in a movie theater. It was the least comfortable I've ever been in my life. The chairs were like just too close for
Oh,
you to
really?
stretch your legs at all.
Yeah.
And
Aaron
that is
is-
a 3-hour movie.
Aaron's failing to actually explain the correctness of that. We sat kind of off to the side and we're now in our 30s, which meant
Yeah.
our knees hurt. It wasn't that the seats were that bad, it's that our knees were that bad.
Well, yeah, but like we couldn't stretch our legs at all.
No, I had to put my legs down the side of the row in front of me underneath the curtain.
Yeah.
Because I had, I think, the very last seat
You
on the
did.
far
You were
right hand
right
side.
up
I was
against the
right up
wall.
against the wall. Because we watched it on 70mm film, not digital.
Mhm.
You know,
So-
because film's just a bit better, you know?
It was fun to watch it on
It was
film.
really fun to watch it
looked
on film.
Very, very good.
It was like flickering, like old school film
That was
does.
the film nerds again.
Yeah.
Was that 2023?
That was the movies of 2023.
What
Yes.
have we had for
So I
last
saw
year?
2.
I saw 2 as well.
So we
Barbie and
need-
Oppenheimer.
So we need the 97th Academy Awards.
Yep.
Winners and nominations: Anora,
Nope.
The Brutalist,
Nope.
The Complete Unknown,
Nope.
Conclave,
Nope.
Dune Part 2,
Nope.
Emilia Perez,
Nope.
I'm Still Here,
Nope.
Nickel Boys,
Nope.
The Substance,
Nope.
Wicked,
No.
Which one won?
It was
Anora.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll have to put that on the list because
Anora's meant to be pretty good.
I did say I want to watch every award, like the Best
Yeah.
Picture award every year. So.
Yeah.
I seen one in that one, which was Dune Part 2.
Dune.
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 Okay, so moving on from the movie game, there was a couple of predictions that we had in that episode from people who had travelled through time.
Right.
So September 16th of that year,
Yep.
remember, we come out August 15th.
Yep.
A famous singer was meant to announce he'd fake his death.
Yep.
Didn't happen. September 20th, the sky was meant to go green from a planet exploding.
Yep.
Didn't happen. October 3rd, a new stalker creature was meant to appear after a bunch of people had disappeared.
Didn't happen.
Happen. And a bunker in Argentina was to be found last year in 2024 with a bunch of tech and secrets.
Didn't
Also
happen.
Didn't happen.
Cool. Time travel might be BS.
Now for the meat and potatoes of the update.
Mm.
If you remember, I claimed, well, I indulged in the conspiracy that Matt Groening was a time traveler.
Yep.
We've had some updates for new predictions that have come true since that episode that The Simpsons predicted.
Oh, right. Okay, here we go.
So the first
you can't
one,
count President Trump again.
no, not counting that one. The first one are VR headsets.
Okay, but they already existed.
But there was a 2016 episode, Friends and Family,
Yep.
where Springfield was overtaken by new VR tech,
Right.
and it very closely resembles the Apple Vision Pro,
Oh, yeah, because that was such a hit.
which released last year in February. So, like, just the style and look of it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody with an Apple Vision Pro?
They
No,
didn't
I
release
haven't.
them
No,
here.
because they're too expensive and they don't think they'll ever
But
release
if
They
them.
didn't release
If
them.
you
I know.
look up
That-
look up the image from that thing and you look up at Apple Vision Pro, it's very similar.
I think the closest thing we've got to actual future predicting,
Hang
not
on.
including The Simpsons.
We'll wait.
No,
We'll finish
all right.
this first.
All right.
Hold that thought, buddy.
2006 episode Les Ducks Font les Prairies shows Homer visiting
That
an
was-
under
Flawless.
Yeah, thank you.
French.
shows
That was so odd. I don't even know what you said.
Yeah, I
It
don't
would
know.
be Les Deuce or something.
LESDEUX FONT
Les Ducks? Les Deuce?
Le Douce Font les Prairies
Redu?
PERE.
Yeah.
That episode shows Homer visiting an underwater wreck in a submarine. And on the way back, they get lost and trapped.
Oh, no.
People claiming it was a prediction of the 2023 Titan disaster.
Ugh. And at the time, we said we weren't going to talk about that.
No.
We're really coming in strong with it today.
No, but there is an image of Homer in a sub looking at a shipwreck that's broken in half.
Oh, jeez.
So, but it was an old style galleon type of ship, not a cruise ship or anything like that.
Mm.
The 1994 episode, Lisa versus Malibu Stacy.
Oh,
I'm sure you
God.
know that one.
Yeah.
It shows everyone being wrapped up on the hysteria of Malibu Stacy, not unlike what happened in 2023 with Margot Robbie's Barbie movie, which grossed $1.4 billion at the box office.
Billy.
That
So-
episode also had a quick line about the president being arrested, a la Trump's arrest in 2023.
Yeah.
So yes, I can bring up Trump again.
Barbie was so popular that year that there was a Barbie vending machine put in the building near my work. It is now gone, but it was there at the time.
We've got more. You're probably thinking about Kamala Harris's outfit she wore during the last US election.
I never stopped thinking about it.
The purple suit with the white undershirt and the pearl necklace,
Sure.
which is nearly exactly the same thing as what Lisa Simpson wore in the 2000 episode Bart to the Future, where she was president. It's
Right.
almost identical.
Okay. I mean, it's like a
Yeah.
suit, right?
Okay. Yep. With the large pearl necklace?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got, I'm sure you two boys, because you're such Simpson fans, also remember the 1993 episode Whacking Day.
Yeah.
Well, the last couple of years, Florida's Python Challenge has really taken off, where they go out and put
Whack
bounties
pythons.
on. They have a 10-day event to kill pythons, with 2024, the latest, resulting in 195 dead pythons.
That's a lot of dead pythons.
Yeah, so in the last 4 years, it's really taken off.
Yeah, right.
What about the 1996 Homerpalooza episode, in which, do you know where this is going?
Yeah.
In which Homer becomes famous for taking cannonballs to the stomach. In that episode, Cypress Hill performed with the London Symphony Orchestra after hiring them while high. Well, July 10th last year, Cypress Hill and the London Symphony Orchestra performed together at the Royal Albert Hall.
I love that.
That's pretty.
I bring up that episode a lot in the barbershop.
Yeah.
It usually involves around me saying Sean Turnock smiling politely after the Billy Corgan smashing pumpkins, Homer Simpson smiling politely.
Yeah.
It comes up a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty.
That was prime Simpsons
Yeah.
time too.
Yeah, that and a Futurama episode where Bender says, "Wait, this isn't alternative rock. This is college rock." That comes up a lot as well. That's a very quotable bit. I think the closest thing we've got to accidental proof of time travel is the Cubs nearly winning the World Series in 2015.
Yes.
So obviously the movie Back to the Future 2, they made a joke about the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series when he travels forward to 2015. They made the World Series that year, but they did not win.
Yeah.
They then won it the next year. But the fact that that was the year that they were talking
Yeah.
about it and the Cubs are in the World Series, everyone was like, oh, My God. Everything. Christopher Lloyd and buddy Michael J. Fox were like on the Tonight Show, like they were doing sort of like cameos in their original characters, which was a very big thing. It's very good for Michael J. Fox because he pretty much donates any money he does from any of that to Parkinson's research. Shout out Michael J. Fox. Good bloke.
That entire series is now set in the past.
Yes.
Yep.
Other things of time travel that someone has pointed out recently, not time travel, but if the song 1985 originally by SR71 re-released by Bowling for Soup, if it was written now, be seen about 2006.
Yeah, right.
I don't like that.
Have fun with that.
Well,
Have fun with that.
That's the
That was great.
that's
The time now between when Star Wars Episode 3 debuted at cinemas and now was 20 years. And I think, oh, geez, that didn't feel like that long ago. That's almost the same distance between A New Hope in 1977 and The Phantom Menace in 1999.
Yep.
Woo!
Well,
sorry, everyone.
That's the update for The Simpsons predicting the future. They've had a couple of more hits.
We had some bangers before I get to my next update. On my side, we had Princess Diana, the infamous "I want to live in your knickers." That was in that episode.
Well, what's the update there?
He
The
was
person
king
who
already
said
at that point.
He was king already, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so.
Within it was like a couple of months old.
Yeah, right.
I think I could see a correlation for why I did that episode then.
Yeah, right.
We had the disappearance of Agatha Christie with the officers doing the seance.
Was that was the start of 2023, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'd be getting close.
Yeah, I had a few in between that no update. Christmas Truce, Betty Robertson, Spooky Spectacular 2, the Annalise, the Exorcism.
Oh, yep.
And Frederick Valentik's disappearance, the guy that disappeared over the bus straight.
Oh, yeah, that was spooky.
Yeah.
I had the Flannan Isles Lighthouse Keepers.
Oh, the good episode.
Yeah.
Your
You know,
mum's
there's a movie based
favourite?
on that. Did we talk about that at the time?
Nope.
There was like a 2018 movie that
Nope.
was that. Yeah. I need to go watch it. We had the Icky Voyage of the Essex. The infamously titled Itchy Voyage of the Essex.
I feel like that episode was better than your last recent one. Where stuff actually happens.
Because somebody ate someone. The Great Fire of London with the fire sticks.
Yep.
We had the Dyatlov Pass incident, which has had no update despite what people keep putting online. Balloon Boy was my one with an update.
Okay.
We did not realize at the time, but 6 days before that episode aired, Fall Out Boy released their song, their cover of We Didn't Start the Fire with the updated time. Balloon Boy's mentioned in that episode.
That's right. Yes.
In that song. Yes.
I think I mentioned it to you after we finished, or I found it a week or so after, or the day it released. I think
it was not long after we released the episode. I heard that song for the first time. Yeah. So that was a coincidence we didn't even know about.
I had a few in between there too. Pacific Clipper, Christopher Leave, Video Game Crash, 1983.
Yep.
I mean, we had a few popular video game movies come out recently, so the industry's doing pretty good. GTA 6 just got delayed. Yep. That's going to be a big boost to the industry.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered's been patched to the point where it won't load on Xbox.
Don't even
try. Yeah, don't,
really?
Yeah, trust me. As the man that nearly threw his Pro controller at my TV earlier today.
Wow.
Can't even load it. Don't even just. It's actually been patched to the point where it doesn't function.
And then the Summerton Man.
Yes, the one that Sean says there's no update for.
Hit me.
Well, I just remember reading or hearing not too long ago that they confirmed his identity. But I mentioned it in the episode that it was highly likely that it was Carl Webb, and that's who they reckon it is.
Yeah.
DNA testing of the hair in the death mask.
How have they still not done that?
Well, they have done it, and they reckon it's him.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, maybe we found him, maybe we haven't.
Yeah. It's still, I don't think it's confirmed, but it's
highly likely.
Yeah.
I was just reading something before, they may have decrypted the message, and it's like a death poem or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing too in stone.
Well, talking about in stone, episode 57, Pompeii.
Oh yeah, nice, good.
No
Segue.
update there.
Good segue. We've had no updates to the art heist. I did the melody of art, like the richest art heist. There's not been a more expensive one since.
Yep. We had Prohibition, which is my favorite thumbnail of all the episodes we've released on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That's one where all the barrels are being emptied into our mouths.
Yep.
The next one I had actually, I don't think I've got anything with an update except for episode 89, The Mystery of the Patinella. Sting is still too scared to answer the questions.
He
that we have for him.
still hasn't responded to us.
Well,
What are you hiding, Sting?
I potentially have a couple for the DB Cooper.
Oh, yes. I know that there's been a potential update here.
Take it off the way.
I would rather not.
Why not?
Because all I know is there's an update. I don't know what the update was.
Okay, well, I haven't written anything down, but I've got the website open. This article is 4 months old. So it is stating that the identity of DB Cooper has been revealed as, I think, two brothers come forth and said their father was DB Cooper.
Oh, yeah. I did see something about this.
Rick McCoy III says their father, Rick McCoy Jr., was the man who identified himself as Dan Cooper as he boarded the Northwest Orient Airlines jetliner in 1971. They reckon that because he was a helicopter pilot and he had previously hijacked a plane and was arrested for it, but escaped in 1974.
Okay.
And saying that he had done this then. But
Right.
then he passed away later with no one.
I have an update.
Okay.
Oh, Sean was DB Cooper.
No, I'm not DB Cooper. But when you said DB, it got me thinking.
Mm.
Dr. Pepper update, guys.
Oh.
I got a Dr. Pepper
That's
update.
a DP update.
It's a DP update.
Can I give a sad update on that before we continue? There is a corner shop near me at my new office that sells Dr. Pepper. They only sell the US Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's very common.
Makes me sad. Anyway, go on. Dr. Pep's update. Have they lost in court?
Creamy coconut is back.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of coconut.
They released creamy coconut.
Why has it got to be creamy?
I know. They released creamy They released creamy coconut last year and it's back. And it's apparently everyone's stockpiling it, which is a big thing.
He's back.
Yeah. And then update, we've also got a new collaboration of Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's cool new collaboration draws mixed reactions amongst fans. In advance of Jurassic World Rebirth's release this summer, the beloved soda brand has jumped aboard the press train, releasing 11 new can designs featuring a variety of dino stickers.
That's actually pretty cool.
I found the part in the thing about DB Cooper.
Hmm.
So in late 2023, there was a guy who did a video claiming that. The FBI contacted him and reopened the case. They have McCoy's parachute and they're trying to find a positive DNA connection between McCoy's DNA and the DNA left by Cooper on board the aircraft.
Right.
So that's ongoing. They
Just
haven't.
test it.
Well, they haven't. The FBI haven't made a response, like a comment about it.
Oh, so there might be an update.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, McCoy was a former helicopter pilot. He hijacked a plane in 1972, which was a year after DB Cooper, I think.
Right.
He leapt out of that aircraft with $500,000 in cash over Utah. He was arrested 2 days later, sentenced to 45 years in prison, but escaped in 1974 and after 3 months on the run was killed by an FBI agent.
Oh, jeez.
So that's what this, he could be taking the secret to the
Yeah.
grave. But sounds very similar.
Does sound very similar, yeah.
I have also got an update for my episode after that, which was Australia winning the America's Cup.
Okay. Sure. Oh, look at how excited Sean is. He's praying right now.
I've
He's
got
like,
some serious flack.
I
Thank
just
you,
want to
Lord.
update that the last America's Cup was held last year in Barcelona with
Barcelona.
the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron defending the title against the Royal Yacht Squadron from England. New Zealand won that 7-2, so they will be defending the next America's Cup again.
New Zealand seems to be taking a run on this thing.
That is their second win apart from winning it off of the Golden Gate Yacht Club in 2017, that's their third win. So they're going for their fourth win now.
What was the yacht club that had it for ages? It was at the New York Yacht Club?
Yes.
Yeah. They're rubbish now. Well, other than what we've talked about, I didn't have anything that had actual updates, but I did want to call out the Donner Party episode, which I really enjoyed. I thought that was a fun one. And the mystery of the Patinella, obviously. because of Sting.
I may have had another one for Apollo 13 episode.
Yep.
We were meant to see Tenacious D, and we didn't get to see Tenacious D.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Thanks, Kyle Gass.
So that would have been a fun update for that.
Do you not remember what happened?
It's Jack Black's. Oh, I thought you were talking about the connection to it. Oh,
No.
Yes, thanks, Kyle
Well, we
Gass.
talked about Jack Black in the episode.
I thought he was saying that Kyle Gass was the connection to the episode. I'm like, no,
No.
that's not correct.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
Well, if we are done with updates on episodes, we do have actually an update on the last episode we did,
Ooh,
the Endurance.
sure.
Sean, would you mind checking the right-hand cupboard of the entertainment unit for me?
Oh, interesting. Do we have a video on this?
No.
Oh,
But Sean will be able to.
I have to get up.
Sean will be able to show what I've stashed in there to the camera, or maybe not. Sorry, mate. I could do it. Oh no, I didn't realize this would be such a mission. Sean is saying, "Gee, mate, thanks for the excitement." So just pop that open there and see what's inside. Oh, what's that? Hold it up to the camera for everyone. There you go. Go with that camera over there. Oh no, yeah, whatever. Go with a camera.
We have some Shackleton whiskey.
nice.
It is the Shackleton whiskey that we talked about in the episode that was made with the it's made to match the whiskey that they found many years later from the expedition.
Are we having a dram?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some glasses over here. I'll grab them.
You've preloaded this, haven't you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Not so easy now, is it? We don't have a jigger, so we're free pouring. Cheeky Tales does endorse the responsible service of alcohol. Always drink responsibly. Don't drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl. That's an actual terrible niche joke, sorry. I think that should be a sufficient measurement.
Isn't it just a finger? Wonderful. Ooh, it smells like whiskey.
The correct word that we should be saying, by the way, is slancher.
Way far to reconnect.
Yeah, let me get back.
You can cut the me explaining what to say so we all sound really smart if you'd like.
I'm
What
not
is it?
saying that word.
Slancher. S-A or S-L-A-N-C-H-E.
Slancher.
Slancher.
Cilantro.
Slancha.
Slancher.
Slancha.
Don't look up how it's spelled. It'll confuse you.
Cilantro.
Slancher.
Slancher. Yeah, I
Two-
thought this would be a nice little
To 100 episodes. To 100
to
more.
100 more.
That's a nice clean scotch. Bit of peat.
Not bad.
It's good.
I imagine it would be quite nice if it was in Antarctica.
Yeah, and you're freezing cold and you need something to warm up.
It's nice in general. It's good.
It's actually not bad.
Good scotch.
I'm not really a Scotch guy. This
You're not
is
a big
quite
scotch
nice.
guy. Yeah, you're not a peat guy.
No,
You don't
but
like
this
peat.
is not bad.
I tried becoming a Scotch guy a few years ago and it's quite nice.
How do you go with peat, John? Are you a big peat guy or not much of a peat guy?
Yeah, I don't mind it. This is dangerous giving me after talking about spilling drinks. That you
I
don't-
know. That's why you only got one nip.
Contribution from the sales of this whiskey will be made to the Antarctic Heritage Trust of New Zealand.
What is the quote in the glass above there, Sean?
I believe it is in our nature to explore, to reach out into the unknown.
Ernest
Ernest
Shackleton.
Shackleton.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard that whiskey existed, I went and looked it up. I had to buy it off of a website.
I was talking.
That's right. You do. You had to buy it off the New Zealand Heritage, the Antarctic Heritage Trust website?
Nope.
No?
Dan Murphy's used to stock it.
Yeah,
They
okay.
No longer do.
Well, I was talking to Kirsty about the episode after I got home from our last recording. She's like, "Oh, what was the podcast on?" I'm like, "Oh, the endurance type of thing." And she's like, "Shackleton?" I'm like, "Yes, well done."
Did she do it at school or something?
I
Or-
don't know.
It is a pretty famous expedition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But,
the ship is so interesting because it's so preserved.
she
Yeah.
might have just remembered it from our South Pole episode.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do
Anyway,
Well,
I thought that was a nice little touch to.
we want to hit on
cheers
some of
each
our
other.
favorites?
I think I hit my favorites while we were talking.
I mean, I just want to mention the best episode name that we've ever had.
Which one was that?
Hey, you up? Said Nukes.
You up, send nukes.
So that is the best. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Aaron. That is the best title that we've had, I believe.
Yeah.
That's the episode on
What was
losing.
what was
That was the lost, like losing nuclear weapons. It
Yeah.
was blunders.
Yep.
what was the name that I gave the what was the name I gave the Pompeii episode? I think wasn't it like the floor is lava or
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
something? The ultimate game of floor
Floor
is
is
lava.
lava.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
All right. Top five episodes
Top 5 episodes.
in ascending or descending order.
We'll start at 5. Work to
Start at 5, work up.
Oh, that's a good question.
There's so many now.
I reckon number 5 might be Hatton Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hatton Garden was a fun one.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the Lake City Quiet Pills one, but I know you didn't.
No. It was difficult to stay invested in that one.
Yep.
It was a bit of a fizzle of an episode, I think, like a fizzler.
I think the episode where we just talked about maths, that was great.
Get out of here. 4 episode ranking number. So we got Hatton Garden at 5.
Hatton Garden is at 5.
4.
Yep.
At 4, I think maybe Race Across Antarctica.
That was a good one.
Yeah, or as a substitute, Dyatlov Pass. That's
So you could probably put both of them there.
put both of them there
Yeah.
in 4. I'd say you could take it or leave it, either
Yep.
one.
Do you think the Flannan Isles one sits in there as well? Or
Nah, it's not in my top 5.
Hmm.
It's not in my top 5. It's a good episode, but it's not in my top 5.
I think the Great Fire of London. That was a fun episode. Not the
That-
greatest story. Not
But
the
it was
most,
a fun
It
episode.
was a lot of fun.
Because we can't just include the episodes where we laughed the most. Because there were episodes where we laughed hysterically at stuff that wasn't even really funny. We just laughed like any episode we did that, we just laughed.
The Pompeii episode was just called Pompeii's Really Bad Day.
Yeah.
I think I censored myself.
You did, yes.
I think you had the floors lava in the intro.
That was that's right. Yeah.
One episode I do remember writing that really got me engrossed in the story was the Pacific Clipper.
Yeah, that was a
Like
good one.
I knew the story and I started researching it. And I'm like, it just keeps going.
To update everyone, that was the one where they had to basically fly the entire world to get home during the war. Right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It took off from San Francisco and was bound for Auckland, New Zealand. And then they went around the other way.
Christopher Lee was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
Christopher Lee was a good episode.
We ended it with the metal song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's seen some stuff.
Dude has seen some stuff.
I mean, I think we all agree on the best episode was 1904.
I think, for me, 1904 is my favorite. I'd say it's the best, but there's others that I think could contend.
I was going to have Dan Sickles up there. Dan
Yeah.
Sickles is one of my favorite episodes. And anyone asked me what one to start with, I go with Dan Sickles because I remember losing it halfway through that episode because he shot someone outside the White House and got away with it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did,
murdered
yeah.
someone in cold blood.
Yep.
Yep.
And nothing happened.
Yep. Personally, I loved the space race episodes. Just because I'm
Cop
a massive
out.
space nerd.
Cop out. But yes, they were good episodes.
Does that include my Apollo 13 one, even though I
Sure.
stole that off you?
The Death of Princess Diana was I thought a good episode, but not a fun episode. It is just such a sad story.
It is a sad story.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to put Dolphin House in there, right?
No. Dolphin House is the worst episode that's ever been made.
I remember
No, Battle of the Surfaces is the worst episode
No,
that's
that
ever
one's
been made.
fine. That one's better than Dolphin House.
no one the dolphin in that
Man,
one.
fuck Dolphin House. Dolphin House is the one where if I say, hey, you want to listen to Cheeky Tales, you should listen to it. By the way, please avoid anything to do with dolphins. Don't
It's-
listen to that episode.
It's NASA's story, Sean.
It's
Why do you not like
so
NASA?
bad. It's so
I
bad.
remember editing it and going, oh,
It's
this
the
is
worst.
right on the
It's the
line.
worst.
Is it not
episode.
interesting though?
Nah, it's the worst episode
Oh.
by far. I
I liked it.
I
though, but
liked
it's
Edgar
pretty
Allan.
gross.
I liked Edgar Allan Poe. I
God.
thought Edgar Allan Poe was a good episode.
Yeah.
I'm partial to the Dr. Pepper episode because it was the first complete out of the blue
Yep.
brand. Like, hey, let's just talk about a history of a brand. And
Mhm.
because I wrote it I genuinely wrote it in an hour. The inspiration hit me and I mustn't have had much on that day. And I just pulled my laptop
you
out and
wrote
said,
that in a
Rachel.
day, didn't you?
I wrote that in an hour, and then I
Yeah.
wrote another episode the same day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we've hit our favorites there.
Oh, okay. Dark Horse. Aldi was a real good one.
Aldi was pretty
Aldi
good.
was a good one.
Thank you.
Aldi was really good.
Yeah.
That's a dark horse.
Yeah, when I found that the kidnapping stuff, and I was like, I've got to tell this episode.
Yeah, I think the episode title is like, how does this story have a
Kidnapping, yeah. I really enjoyed Betty Robertson's story.
There's the most unhinged title I ever did.
Unsolicited.
Hey,
Go.
guaranteed weight loss scheme you can trust. The history of the guillotine.
I thought Unsolicited Bridge Picks was one of your better
Actually,
episodes.
yeah, that's really good. That's a great title.
Yeah, because I think we said that in the episode, didn't we? Send me your bridge picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsolicited bridge picks. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the learning about Betty Robertson. She did quite a lot. The first female track and field gold medalist.
Yeah. Wasn't she a pilot as well?
No, she was in a plane crash.
That's it.
Missed one Olympics and then won gold medal after being in a plane crash and having one leg shorter than the other.
I have just noticed that Super League has got more views than I thought.
Mm.
It actually did all right.
Yeah.
And
Super League was a good one.
the episode before got 40.
40.
The episode before got 42. The episode after got 32. Super League's had 188 views.
What episode do you not remember doing?
Ooh.
I didn't remember James Cook.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't even have the script saved. I went, why is this gap here in our numbers? I went, oh.
I've got a few that have completely slipped my mind
Yep.
because sometimes they were late at night, and because if it wasn't one where I had to talk much, I was just like, ooh.
He was napping.
I mean, we've all Shirtless Cheesy can confirm how many times I yawn during episodes.
He's got a counter going.
He's got a counter going.
I remember having the idea for the Anglo-Zanzibar War.
Yep.
I don't remember doing it. No.
I do remember that one. It was a really short war. The idea was like do the episode in time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember the other one that
Or Isaac
Specifically-
Newton's Nemesis, two sides of the same coin. I don't remember doing that episode.
You don't remember that one?
No. I'm looking at them and go, I should remember that. And I'm like, I can't remember it at all.
Okay, that's one I really don't remember at all, is the Belle Gunness, the Indiana Ogress.
Yep. I don't remember the Bell Witch either.
That was your first
I know.
spooky spectacular.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Elmer McCurdy. I didn't really remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that one because I found that one fun.
Was that the one where his body was like taxidermied and
His body was accidentally
Yeah.
shipped around, ended up in a fun house type of thing.
Yep.
Let's have a special shout out to the History of Valentine's Day episode
Mhm.
from 2024. We had
Yep.
Kirsty and Brie
Oh,
on.
update on that one. I'm married now.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone knew that.
Well, there's a shout out to that mini episode that only people at Aaron's wedding was involved in.
Was the bit where we asked Brie where Rome was in the episode, or was that afterwards?
I don't remember.
I think that was in the episode. I'm like, hey, Brie, where's Rome? And she's like,
What other ones have we got here?
Oh, I'm seeing some icky ones.
yeah.
Ken Rex McElroy was icky.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he was such a crap
It
human.
was an
Yes.
interesting story.
It was a really good story, but he's crap.
I remember ended up in two places at the end of that episode. I remember being on the side of the townspeople.
Yep.
But they killed someone.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
that
just
was-
like,
That was an ethical episode.
yeah.
At the end, we all kind of left going,
It made you
Yeah,
think
no,
of
that
what
was.
you would do.
That's right. The end of the episode, we all took our headphones off and we went, oh, that was
Yeah.
heavy, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Because it was heavy.
I think I remember talking about, do we even release it?
Yeah.
Because it was a bit much.
There's been a few episodes as the impartial third listener that I've thought to myself, that was tough.
Mm.
That was a heavy one.
Yeah. There's one there's one episode that I've wanted to do the whole time. I've even bought a book for it. But it's got a lot of really questionable content in what happened.
Mm.
I can't even remember what the name of the ship is now.
Another shit one.
Another ship one. I've
Yeah.
definitely got episodes that I'm going to talk about because I'm never going to do them because I research them and then they're completely uninteresting.
The Batavia.
Oh, that's right.
The Batavia
You've been talking about that one for a long time.
for a long time.
That was one of the first things I wanted to do an episode.
Yeah.
Growing up, I've always been fascinated with the story of the first summoning of Mount Everest, but it's actually really not very interesting.
Mm.
It's all numbers and times and altitudes, and the fact that it's less dramatic. There was multiple teams at once. This is a mini episode. Basically, there's multiple teams at once going up. So when I was trying to research it, I'm like, Man, this dull. This is
Yeah.
really dull. Like it's actually because like I must have had like an abridged children's version of the story, which would not be good as an episode because it's taking too many artistic liberties. But as a children's book, it was great. I was like, this is just so dull. Like I couldn't do it. I'm working on a boat one at the moment. Technically a boat one.
Well, that brings up a good question. Do you have an episode idea that you've wanted to do but haven't because of maybe so you haven't really done the Britannica yet?
Batavia.
You haven't. Well, Britannica is also another one you've been talking about.
We did the Britannic.
Did we?
Yeah, covered the Britannica.
Well, there you go.
twice.
That's one I don't remember. You want to do that one?
Yeah.
People always talk to me about the Emu War, and I know that's kind of.
Yes. Sean loves that.
I think I vetoed that because it's all because too much of it is complete crap. Like it'd be really interesting, but it's so like there's only like this much of it's actually true. The rest of it was yeah. It would be really cool, and it is something that people bring up. Actually, people ask us, "Oh, you should do an episode on the Emu War." It's satire. It's a shame because it's very funny.
Well, do the episode and tell us what really happened.
Yeah,
and compare it to the satire that we.
Yeah, all right.
We get.
Well, I think it's time to wrap up. We've hit an hour.
Of
Recording time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody that has ever listened to this show or watched it, shared it with friends, encouraged us to do episodes. It started off as a
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. As we wrap up, tell us. Tell us
as
why.
we wrap up, let me start again.
What was the story that made you want to do this podcast?
It was Balloon Fest.
It was that one, the first one we did.
I heard Balloon Fest, and like maybe Lake City Quiet Pills.
Mm-hmm.
I heard those two stories, but Balloon Fest was the one that I was like, yeah, we could do this. Like, I need to tell John about this story.
Okay,
and that was the one.
Yep.
And then of course, Battle of the Surfaces, my favorite story ever.
Top 5.
Not according to the audience.
I remember having the thought about doing this podcast while I was in the shower.
Yeah.
And like I got out of the shower still just dripping wet, texted you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I think you even said that in the text. I'm dripping wet.
I'm literally sopping wet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrap us up, boy.
Yeah. Thank you, is what I was trying to say before John interrupted me. Thank you to everyone that's listened, shared, encouraged. We started this as an opportunity for us to have some fun and for me to use a degree that I've never used otherwise. And we've spent 100 episodes over nearly 4 years, every fortnight in your ear holes.
It's roughly 100 hours too, because each episode's around about that hour. So
yeah. So thank you. It's been a lot of fun for us, and it's been fun to hear people say that they enjoy it. And we're looking forward to doing a lot more.
Yeah, I also want to echo that. Thank you. What's the statistic? Most podcasts don't get past episode 3. This is episode 100. We've probably got more episodes than listeners right now, but that's all good. We'll continue to do it because we enjoy doing it, and we want to continue bringing stories from human history to your ear holes.
Similar to what John said about statistics, they say that to measure the success, you've got to get through 20 episodes. They reckon. It's like they fail after 3, but success kicks in after 20. Joke's on you guys. There's no cost, so we're just going to keep making it. Like, sorry, guys. The only thing this disadvantages is our time and a little bit of server maintenance sort of stuff. So, tough titties to everyone that thinks we're going to die.
He's got this really heartfelt message. Thank you. You're just like, tough titties, we're here. We're not going away.
Yeah, seriously, when I tell people like, yeah, we're up to 100 episodes, they're like, what? I said, yeah, there's no cost.
Yeah. We just get to have some fun every fortnight.
We just get to have fun. Yeah. We don't this doesn't take time out of work. This isn't work that we should be getting paid for that we aren't getting paid for.
We get to hang out every fortnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes drink some whiskey, hopefully drink more beers.
Yes.
I've got to bring some rum.
Yes, he's got to bring some rum.
Yeah, thank you to all the beer manufacturers that make delicious beer.
Yeah, all the beer manufacturers.
Send us some.
We've had Future Magic beer. We've had Green Beacon. We've had good old Forex. We've had Brewdog stuff. We've had quite a few. Newstead, Shackleton whiskey. I mean, and then not including all the soft drinks that we've sort of partaken.
Mead.
Yeah, there's been mead.
Yes, we did have
Canadian
mead.
Club.
Yeah.
What was that episode from? It was from an episode, wasn't it? That we ended up getting mead from.
Yeah. Don't remember. Anyway.
Too many episodes to think about.
Thank you very much. And we will see you again in a fortnight where we start our second 100.
Yep.
With
Starting with the
my
hostile
episode-
hostile takeover of Slapdog. I'm kidding. No.
No, it's the end of my 3-run.
Oh, it is too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. That's right.
Yeah, we're finishing the end of my 3-run series. It started at U-boats and ended with James Bond.
Sick. That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one.
I'm looking forward to that one. But
U-boats.
we will see you in a fortnight. Good night.
Good night, Chiquitos.
I feel like my tagline's become tough titties now.
And on that note,
Thanks for being a super duper audience.
Oh.
You've been listening to Cheeky Tales Podcast. If you'd like to see supplemental images related to our episodes or to interact with us about our episodes, hit us up on @CheekyTalesPod on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can watch our episodes on YouTube or listen to them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.